It is day 98, y'all, and second day at sea. Tomorrow it's on and popping. Today was another chill day. I've just been in the cabin trying to edit this content, so that I can stay on schedule, and also trying to strategize like how I'm going to tackle the next 5 days, because, up until this point, I've been very free with my travels and my plans, my itinerary. And, I just said I would do it, a couple of days or the morning of, I think about it. But now, knowing that I'm going to have these 5 intense days, I have to be strategic. So I started looking more at, okay, what do I want to do? And what am I going to try to accomplish? And getting prepared. So I got dressed. It was dress to impress night. And I put on my little black dress, stopped by guest services to handle some business. And I noticed my dress.
Okay, so look at this.
Ripped out of the straps. And I was like, it's a good thing I got on my jacket. And I started to just come back to my cabin. But I said, nah, I'm going to go on ahead. I'm dressed up. I'm going to go sit down and eat dinner. And I was in the restaurant that the Golden Girls and the rest of the crew were in. So I just sat down at the table with them and had a lovely meal. And then while I was talking to one of the ladies, it was nice because it was our first time having an opportunity to really chat one-on-one. She's from New Zealand, and we were just talking about travel. She said it's beautiful, and I definitely, want to get to Australia, New Zealand, down in that area. And we were, I said, yeah, someone said a cruise. And she said, well, no, because, you don't really, you're limited. And what, when I was in Le Havre and I was out walking, I said then that I dislike cruising because I do like to get out and explore and get lost and just be carefree. And so, this cruise or this trip is teaching me so much about myself, so much about others. I realize I do love the exploration. There are pros and cons to cruising. I do enjoy it because everything is right there for you. You're on a floating little city and you don't have to think about anything, activities. You just have to think about where I'm going to go eat. Do I want to do this activity or that activity? Do I just want to stay in my cabin? It's just very minimal. You don't have to do a whole lot of thinking. But then on the flip side, you are limited in what you can do when you go into port. You're on a time restriction. And so you have to be much more strategic about what it is that you want to accomplish. You don't have the freedom to just kind of, go with the flow. You can, but you also have to realize that, all right, it may not leave a whole lot of time for XYZ. And that can be rather stressful. And so you may not want that type of stress. So that is, showing me, again, that there are different times in your life when travel needs to be meet those various needs. Not all travel is created equal. And so, determining what type of travel it is that you're looking for and, really having an idea will help you to make the most of your trip. Because even as a solo traveler, there may be something that you're looking for, something in your life. I think until you start to travel a lot, you don't know exactly what type of travel you like. It might seem like, oh, I just want to lay out by the beach because that's all you know. But then when you begin to experience other forms like urban travel, maybe, you know, you like museums and cities and Broadway and things like that, that might be a form of travel that resonates with you. And so it's good to try a little bit of everything. And that's one of, I feel like, the benefits of cruising is that you do get a little bit, but you have to understand that it's only a little bit. It's not going to be the same, maybe immersive experience as if you spent several days in that same destination. But it gives you a taste because, you know, you may say, I definitely want to come back here. I would, you know, go and visit and, you know, stay there again. So it's good in that regard. So had that conversation, and then I decided to come back because I need to finish editing a video and firm up these plans. This is also teaching me just how challenging it can be when you're trying to edit content. You're trying to do things that require internet and speed, and you have those limitations. It's difficult. It's all, you know, it's also difficult when you're doing a daily vlog and you're also out and moving and doing things and trying to keep people with you. And so that has been a challenge. You know, but these are all experiences that are just enriching. They're helping me grow. They're helping me see, okay, this is how I need to, you know, maneuver in this and shift and pivot, and, you know, still just moving through them as uncomfortable as they might be, or, you know, sometimes they seem like setbacks, but they're really setups. But in the moment, it seems, you know, very frustrating. I take, for example, the internet connection and it being like 24 hours before I could upload the video. And that happened on the plane and here. And so it caused me to be behind, and I'm, you know, initially freaking out, like, what am I going to do? How do I, you know, manage this? And it was just like, it'll be okay. You know, relax. You're going to figure it out. And so just, you know, putting that trust back into myself, having that confidence, you know, and telling myself, hey, you got this. You're going to get it. You might not get it the first time, you know, you might say, damn, I could have done that better, but you're going to do it better the next time. And so just giving myself grace has been big. You know, showing up consistently has been big. And when I was going through it, I mean, I'm still going through it. It was so, it just felt so like incremental, and I'm not making any progress. I'm not, but I have made tremendous progress. And I know that because I can sit here and say it, because when uncomfortable times come, right now I look at them a lot differently. You know, I welcome them in a sense. I don't necessarily shy away from them. I mean, right now, having these videos take off and seeing, you know, having lots of views is slightly uncomfortable. You know, I'm seen, I'm getting engagement. And, you know, like I said, all of those things are things that you want. but you can't be prepared for them until you start to go through them. And so, being somewhat prepared, but it's a new experience. And so you aren't going to know until you actually experience it. And so I'm grateful for all of it. I am so blessed. This has been, oh my goodness. This has been so amazing. All of it. All of it. I am so grateful. And I want to encourage you, just whatever you're trying to do, wherever you are, to just continue. Keep showing up. Keep showing up. Whether you feel good, whether you don't, keep showing up. Trust yourself. Bet on yourself. You can do it. You definitely can. You can. I've met so many people. I'm learning so much. You're going along with me and you're seeing it through my eyes, and you see it's amazing. But just the conversations, the people that I meet, all of it has been just extraordinary. Talk about, I am so blessed. So blessed. I'm just honestly at a loss for words at this point. So I'm gonna end the video, but we got a big days coming up, y'all. So I will talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.